Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, are you ready to rock the UFO videos? Paul?
I'm ready to rock.
Who doesn't want to see the best UFOs this week? Let's do this. That's right, Brent. How about you, Dr. J?
Oh, absolutely. We always got the best on Third Phase of Moon, and we're literally in the middle of an invasion with awesome footage.
All right, let's get to it right now. Give us a big thumbs up. There are crazy videos coming into us right now, and we're looking at the first one. Something shoots across the caldera of Popocatépetl. What are we looking at? It's quite incredible. Could this be the smoking broad daylight gun footage that we've been looking for? We've been seeing Popocatépetl footage for years now, but the broad daylight one, this one's a good one.
Yeah, like this is usually the phenomenon that we're seeing right over the mountain, the caldera, as you speak, the volcano, it's active. And that's the most interesting part. Also, usually these sightings, we're seeing it at night. Now we're seeing this crystal clear, very active spot of UFO activity. Now we're seeing this, what looks like a cylindrical disc just shooting across the top of the mountain right there. And you can see the glints on top of it. Could this be some sort of drone? I don't think so, because this thing's so massive. That's a big question. What are we looking at?
Yeah, what I think is incredible about this is how is it going through the actual smoke, like right over the caldera. And I think that's amazing because there's been a lot of talk of UFOs possibly flying over volcanoes and recharging over them using the piezoelectricity or electric energy coming up out of the volcano and recharging with it. So definitely very interesting. I don't think a normal kind of government craft or, airliner would just go right through the smoke like that. I mean, and it's definitely has like a glint on the top that's very interesting.
Just like Apollo said, spot on. These UAPs have been seen going in and out of volcanoes for the longest time, possibly and most likely to get energy. And first of all, it's not a drone or a plane because it would not be going so close to the smoke. It would blind the pilot or everybody in that matter. But the other interesting thing is look at the distortion around the craft. That could be an Alcubierre warp bubble, essentially a gravity shield around it, protecting it and allowing it to go as fast as it can without breaking the sound of speed.
When we're adding some brightness contrast and getting a close-up look on whatever this craft is, we're actually noticing exactly what you just said there, Dr. J. Some kind of plasmic surrounding this craft. What is this? Is this some kind of technology and, again, harvesting energy from volcanoes? We've been saying that for years. And why else would they be at this active volcano over there in Mexico?
Yeah, Blake, this, again, everybody right here, look at that close-up. You do see the particulates kind of coming off the craft. Could this maybe be just a digital artifact within the camera, creating this kind of trail behind whatever craft we're looking at? Who knows? But I like this video because it's showing, again, how active this volcano is with UFO activity.
When I first saw this, as I was mentioning the Alcubierre warp bubble, it looked like a camera artifact, but it's definitely not because it's definitely steady as it's going from right to left and the distortion around it is moving. And that, again, is how these things travel with gravity propulsion. Now, if everyone's getting ready, let's get ready for the crazy footage that's coming up next.
All right, this video, we're looking at it once again, and we're going to be adding some brightness contrast coming out of China. Apparently, Brent's been looking into this. We're trying to find the exact source location, but China is lighting up with all kinds of activity. Who knows what's going on? The social media over there is suppressed in its own way, but right now we're seeing something out of China that it's kind of hard to explain. Is it some building obscured in the fog bank back there, or are we looking at some kind of large craft just hovering over some Chinese city here? Brent?
Yeah, this guy that got this shot, he's doing a phenomenal job. He's recognizing something that's not normal. That's what I like. And that's what we're all questioning here. What are we looking at? We're seeing this illuminated object above the building. Almost looks like there's a beam coming down from this. Could this be some sort of large craft, or just like Blake said, could it be maybe a building kind of fogged out and we're not seeing the structure of it and we're just seeing the illuminating lights maybe of the sun reflecting off the building? Who knows? But I'm looking at something that's a phenomenon. If I saw this, I would share it. I'd film it because we just want to know.
Yeah, it's incredible the way this is kind of, the lights are kind of coming through the mist here. It really almost looks like an interdimensional tear or some sort of thing coming in from another dimension. But it makes me wonder, is it like Brent just said, light coming from some other buildings? But it definitely looks like very lit up in a strange way, where it almost looks like there's this like weird like plasmic stuff around it or something. And it also makes me wonder if maybe it's like a 4D hologram type technology being tested out. Not sure. What are your thoughts, Dr. J?
I'm glad you mentioned the last part. Could it be some sort of technology that's being tested? Because one of the things that came to mind, is this an ARV, alien reproduction vehicle? The other point that everybody has made so far is this like a glitch in the matrix sort of city in the sky illusion? I don't think so. This looks like a large craft. At first I thought maybe it's multiple, but on second, third, and fourth examination, this looks like one giant one, and as Blake was saying, shooting a beam down and outwardly as well, upward, up to the top left and to the top right.
When we're talking about massive UFO sightings, if this indeed is an object and it's one piece, it's as big as a building. We need to get some side-by-side comparisons of this exact location, maybe on a clear day, and confirm that there is no building in the background here. Are we looking at something that is, like everybody's speculating, a massive mothership? I'm not exactly sure, but the video is legit. We just need to get more answers, and that's why we're putting this out right here at Third Phase of Moon. Like we said, we got a lot of videos coming in. The phenomenon is real. It's happening 24/7. Let's roll the next one right now.
Olha lá, cara, aquela luz. Olha lá. O que é aquilo, cara? Olha. Que luz é aquela, mano? Olha lá a luz! Que luz louca, mano! Ah, o sol morreu, foi pra lá, não foi pra cá, não. Ah, o sol se pôs lá, ó. Que luz é aquela ali? Vai diminuindo. Olha lá, no meio do nada. Doideira. Vou usar ali, hein? Olha lá, cara.
What are we seeing here? This is mind-blowing footage that I've been seeing lately around the world. People on fishing boats, ocean liners, literally have been seeing lights coming from the bottom of the ocean to the surface. Is this a USO surfacing? What do you think, Blake? I mean, what else could it be?
Well, we're looking at the luminance underneath the ocean, and it's off at a distance. I would say almost a half a mile out there. And whatever illumination underneath the water, it has to be very bright. I'm saying maybe 10,000, maybe 40,000 lumens, whatever it is. I haven't seen anything quite like this. Could it be some kind of submersible underneath with some LED lights? I'm not sure. It seems like these guys are out in the middle of the ocean. You can see the panning left to right. They're out there in deep sea. What the heck is this?
Yeah, you could actually see the sun rising or setting. We don't know what time of day this was captured, but some people might speculate that this could be the sun shining on the ocean, but you can see the sun was setting. There's no other light in the area that's matching this kind of source of brilliance. We're seeing something that's illuminating the ocean from some distance. Could this be, it almost looks like a stadium underneath the water itself. This thing would be massive, way bigger than any Russian submarine or an American submarine. This thing, whatever's lighting up underneath the ocean, is something that we need to speculate on.
The first thing that comes to mind for me is definitely USO, and it's definitely really incredible to see this light that's so large coming up on the surface here. And it makes me wonder, I know our government has been working on some new craft, like such as this manta-shaped craft, which is basically a USO. It goes under the ocean. It's kind of manta-shaped. It's really interesting. But there's a lot of new things that are definitely being worked on by foreign powers around the world right now. But I think, just take a look at the underwater bases that people have been finding around the world, especially the one outside Point Doom that everyone always talks about that seems to be miles wide. I mean, maybe there's something that's been here for a long time that, was here before our civilization is still around. Who knows?
I personally don't think that this has always been seen, because this would have been captured at the same spot time and time again. My guess is exactly what Blake was saying. Look at the lumens. You have water with light going through it. Usually water would dissipate the light at a certain distance. This has to be so intense, and obviously is to the point that you have the fishermen wanting to photograph it, to videotape it, and asking themselves what this is. I agree with all of it. This is more than likely a USO. Could be, like Apollo said, a manta ray USO or ARV. But remember, a USO is basically a UFO in water. They're transmedium. They could fly in the water, in space, or in air.
Well said there, Dr. J. And once again, we're asking you, the people that are watching this live premiere on Third Phase Moon, to give us your opinions. If you've seen anything like this, let us know what you think it could be, because right now we have no explanation. We're speculating, but whatever it is, again, we're looking at something authentic. The video was captured, no manipulation. There's something going on underneath the surface of the water right there. And could it be some kind of unknown biological, maybe a plankton kind of swarm of plankton? I'm not exactly sure. Bioluminescent life forms. What is going on here?
Yeah, but when we're looking at this, we're looking at a golden light. Usually plankton and these bioluminescent creatures reflect kind of a bluish, purplish color. So we're looking at something different right here. Again, I'm not sure if this is anything biological. I'm thinking it's more something on the USO, because that's what the world's talking about. They believe it's here. There's a lot of things, a lot of talking about. Maybe that's where it's all coming from. But hey, big episode tonight. We got more UFOs coming up. Watch this.
Das ist kein Riesenrad, das ist im Wasser drinne. Da kann man dann noch an. Das ist kein Riesenrad, das ist im Wasser drinne. Da kann man dann noch an.
Now, we're talking about biological UFOs. This one is one of those representations that we're looking at. When we're going to get some close-ups, some side-by-side comparisons, there's something very strange, a bluish sphere just hovering above the surface of the ocean. Again, more videos coming in with regards to weird stuff around big bodies of water. The Pacific, Atlantic, lakes, whatever. There's something going on. Are they hiding beneath us all the time? Like, look at this thing. We're getting this close up. I can't explain what we're looking at. It definitely looks like a bioluminescent sphere here.
Yeah, I was wondering, looking at this, if actually, it's something that's partially submerged out in the distance. I mean, I kind of wondered if it was a beach ball at first, but when you look at it closer, it definitely looks very bioluminescent in nature. I mean, I don't think it's like a neon beach ball. I mean, because it has this like kind of glowing effect to it. It's definitely not just like some regular material object. And it almost makes me wonder if it's plasmic in nature.
Yeah, Paula, good points. That what we're seeing with this close-up, it makes you scratch your head. Like you just said right there, it looks like it's slightly submerged, dipped into the lake or the ocean, whatever we're looking at. You can kind of see transparency through it too as well, and it's so far off. This wouldn't be your average beach ball that you're kicking on the beach. This thing's so massive because of the distance that we're looking at. I would estimate it to be maybe the size of a pretty good house, or maybe a bus. Hard telling, but this thing's big, and what we're looking at again is a phenomenon. Dr. J.
You're absolutely right. It's definitely large. It's definitely not a beach ball. And when you look at the shape, it looks more like a cylinder with being roundish on the top, or maybe even like an egg. What's interesting is what's in the middle. What's that black part in the middle? Is it one of those spheres that has this black line in the middle that a lot of people are reporting around the world? And like Apollo said, is this a USO that's partly in the water, partly out of the water? This kind of reminds me what Commander Fravor was talking about, what he saw on top of the ocean. He was flying over the F-18 in 2004 off the coast of San Diego, when he saw essentially an anomaly that looks something like this.
It's interesting too that Harvard just recently speculated where ETs come from, whether they're from other planets or maybe they've been here all along. And this new study from Harvard explains their theories that maybe they've been here among us from the very beginning, and now they're showing themselves to us.
Yeah, I want to piggyback off of that, and also what Dr. J said about the black object in the middle. I didn't notice that at first, and then once it was zoomed in, and after he said that, I realized it almost looks like some sort of bioluminescent embryo. What if it's some sort of egg sac or something? I don't know. I mean, when you look closer, it looks like there's something inside it. So I don't know. That's definitely very strange.
Yeah, when I saw this, it didn't catch my eye too much, but when you do this zoom up and you get that close look at this thing, it makes you scratch your head. What is this thing? You can see it has this light charge around it. It doesn't match anything else around it, and it's so peculiar. It's out there on the distance. This guy that got this shot, big thumbs up.
The videos, they continue to come in. We're working really hard on multiple projects at the same time, and again, the videos that have been shared tonight, I'm sure you're going to question and wonder whether we're alone or not, and that's the whole point of Third Phase of Moon. We've been working again on this comic book, Battle for Disclosure. Brent's been working this artwork, the story right here at Third Phase of Moon. Issue 3 and 4 will be out, available soon to the public. And we just wanted to give a quick update. Brent, how are things going with this? It's parallel to what's going on right now in the world, and it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it just seems like we're right in the moment. Everything matches within the moment. When I'm drawing pages, I'm keeping updated on world events too at the same time, so it seems really relevant and the information comes fast. But I'm really excited. I thought I was just going to wrap it up in a third issue, but I'm up to 70 pages, pretty close at that moment. So I'm going to split it to 3 and 4, and it's going to be a conclusion. Can't wait to share it with you. And when they drop, both 3 and 4, they're going to drop at the same time.
Super exciting times right here at Third Phase of Moon. That's right, 3 and 4 at the same time, Amazon Prime. But if you haven't caught up, get ready, because Battle for Disclosure 3 and 4 is coming out, but you should get started on issue 1 and 2. Take a look.
Here in Washington, it's 3 p.m. We're following a developing story. Could the military patrol the streets?
Well, you don't just have 2, 3, 10 trillion dollars vanish.
We've given so far $171 million.
Most of the work being done on this are private corporations. Call this a hybrid entity that's neither strictly government nor strictly private. If these are extraterrestrials or real and they're getting here from another star system, they're not using 20th century or early 21st century technology. People at the CIA call it WSFM, Weird Science and Frickin' Magic.
That's right, Battle for Disclosure and Battle for Disclosure, the second issue, Air Force One Down, is available right now on Amazon Kindle. Take a look. You will be amazed on how closely this parallels what's going on right now around our world. If you've captured anything amazing, submit it to us right here at Third Phase of Moon. My contact email is in the description. We'll see you next time.
Over and out.
We'll catch you next time.
10-4.